you've been lied to. Waking up early isn't just about productivity. It's about rewiring your brain, dominating your identity, and becoming the kind of person who doesn't need motivation to act. But the truth is, most people never wake up at 5 a.m. because they think it's about sacrifice. They don't know it's about freedom. And once you understand that, your entire life changes. So let's get one thing straight. The 5 a.m. mind isn't about an alarm clock. It's about who you become after it rings. Hit that like button if you're ready to master your mornings, and subscribe to Just a Bits to rewire your mind, one habit at a time. Every morning you snooze, you reinforce a message to your brain. I don't keep my word. I don't lead myself. I wait until I feel like it, and your identity listens. Neuroscience tells us repeated behavior shapes brain patterns. It's called Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together wire together. So if your mornings start with avoidance, hesitation, and delay, that becomes your default identity. Picture your mind as a control tower. The moment you wake up, that tower starts sending signals. Are we in control today, or just reacting? Every decision from that moment is either building mental clarity or destroying it. Let me tell you about Sarah. She used to wake up at 7:30, rush through her mornings, check her phone before brushing her teeth, and always felt behind. One day, she decided to try waking up at 5 a.m. Not just early, but intentional. And in 3 weeks, her anxiety plummeted. Her confidence skyrocketed. Why? Because she started owning the day before the world could take it from her. When you wake up at 5 a.m., your prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and decision-making, is more active, and at the same time, dopamine sensitivity is higher in the morning. That means it's easier to feel good about doing hard things. But what most people do, they waste that neurochemical window on Instagram and emails. Think about that. We're about to break that cycle in the next few minutes. I'll show you the exact 3-step mental protocol to own your mornings, even if you hate waking up early. But first, you need to understand the #1 lie about morning routines. Waking up early will make you successful. False. Plenty of early risers are miserable, unproductive, and stuck. It's not when you wake up, it's who you become in that window of silence. The real key: intentional identity activation. Let's dive into the 3-step 5 a.m. mind protocol. It's not magic, it's science and strategy. Step 1. Eliminate friction. Your brain resists anything that feels uncertain. So if your morning is vague, you'll default to comfort. Set up your environment the night before. Lay out your clothes. Choose your morning focus. Have your journal or cold water or meditation mat ready. This is called implementation intention, a psychological hack that increases follow-through by up to 91%. Think about this. Are your mornings clear or chaotic? Because your identity is built in those first 10 minutes. Step 2. Trigger activation. You need a cue that tells your brain it's time to show up. This could be a phrase you say aloud, like "let's go," or it could be your morning playlist, a specific smell. Cold water. This taps into your basal ganglia, the habit loop center of the brain, and once it fires, it reduces resistance. I used to be the "I'll start tomorrow" guy, until I trained my mornings like a Navy SEAL. Alarm. Splash cold water. 1-sentence journal entry. Playlist on every single day. And it rewired my identity faster than any book ever did. And here's the twist. Most people miss. Waking up early is not the goal. Sustaining the identity behind it is. Step 3. Daily self-congruence. What does that mean? It means your actions match your intentions. When you wake up early and follow through, your brain goes, "I am someone who does hard things," and that belief multiplies across your entire day. Every act of self-discipline in the morning raises dopamine baseline throughout the day. That means more focus, more drive, less anxiety. But miss that window. Your baseline dips, and you chase dopamine all day. TikTok snacks, procrastination. That's why 5 a.m. isn't just early, it's neural leverage. Waking up early will make you successful. If this is resonating, comment "I own my mornings" below. Let's build this new identity together. Because up next, we're unlocking the neuroscience of identity, shifting, how to reprogram your self-image in the first 20 minutes of your day. Don't miss this. Your mornings aren't just a time slot, they're a launch pad for your identity. Here's how to use neuroscience to reprogram who you are, starting with a 20-minute habit loop that rewires your self-image. When you wake up, before the world gets in, anchor your mind to your ideal identity. Say it out loud. I am the kind of person who follows through, or whatever your ideal self sounds like. Why? Because self-perception theory shows that the brain listens more to your own behavior than your thoughts. Speak it, act it, you become it. Do something hard but short. 10 push-ups, cold shower, quick journaling, a 2-minute meditation. These micro wins trigger dopamine and noradrenaline spikes. They prime your brain for momentum, and momentum creates belief. One client I coached, James, used to struggle with procrastination. We didn't change his entire life. We changed his first 20 minutes, and within a month, his business grew. His anxiety dropped, and his relationship improved. Not because he became someone else, but because he finally met the version of himself he always talked about. Think about this. What if your entire life is waiting on you to master your first 20 minutes? Pick one non-negotiable every morning that moves you closer to your bigger goal. It could be 15 minutes of deep work, 1 page of writing, or a short walk while listening to a podcast. This creates a sense of progress, and progress equals power. According to BJ Fogg's behavior model, motivation isn't what drives action. Ease and clarity do. That's why small, clear morning actions are more powerful than big, vague goals. In the final part of this video, I'm going to show you how to bulletproof your 5 a.m. system so it becomes automatic. But first, let me ask you, what would your life look like if you trained your mind before sunrise every day? So how do you make this system stick? How do you wake up early and actually want to? You automate it. Your brain loves associations. So attach your 5 a.m. wake up to something enjoyable, your favorite playlist, the smell of coffee, a morning walk. If this turns your wake up into a reward loop, not a punishment. According to Dr. Andrew Huberman, habit anchoring strengthens dopaminergic circuits that increase anticipation and drive. Translation: if your brain expects a reward, waking up becomes easier. Every night before bed, visualize who you want to be when that alarm rings. See yourself getting up strong, alert, focused. This primes the reticular activating system, the brain's filter, to seek congruence. Think about this. Are your nights aligned with your goals, or are they sabotaging your mornings? There will be days when you don't feel like it. Have a minimum baseline ritual. Get up, sit up, breathe deep, drink water, step outside. Even 5 minutes of presence protects your identity, because discipline isn't about perfection, it's about consistency through resistance. One morning, I almost gave in, cold, tired, overwhelmed, but I said, I don't rise for comfort, I rise for who I'm becoming. And I got up, and that day changed everything. So let's land this together. You don't need to be a morning person. You need to be a mission-driven person, because 5 a.m. isn't just a time, it's a mindset. It's a daily act of becoming. Every morning, the world gives you 2 choices: react or rise. Which one will you choose tomorrow? If you're ready to rewire your identity one morning at a time, hit subscribe, comment below. I rise with purpose. And remember, one habit can change everything. This is the Self-Mastery Lab, and your mornings just became your new advantage.